Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room, where every day's a great day to blow up aliens in space, especially when it's as much fun as this. It's GALAGA Legions DX. Double Extreme. Guest starring Pac-Man. So, here's a history question. What game was Matthew Broderick playing at the beginning of War Games? If you said Missile Command, you would be wrong. It's GALAGA. Namco's 1981 Space Invaders-inspired arcade classic. A game that has very little in common with this one, actually. GALAGA Legions DX takes some of what made GALAGA a lot of fun and just sort of explodes it all over the place. That's my scientific explanation. I find it difficult to explain how to play this, because it's the kind of game where I think you need to get the feel of it to understand GALAGA Legions. Because if you go in expecting old school GALAGA, you'll just be confused. It probably has more in common with something like Space Invaders Infinity combined with Geometry Wars. Two excellent games, and GALAGA Legions DX is tons of fun, and at the time of this recording it's actually free on the PlayStation Network. If you're a PlayStation superfan, you can also get this on Xbox 360 and Nintendo 3DS. GALAGA Legions is a twin-stick style shooter that gives you more leeway than you might expect considering how much stuff is on screen at once. It looks like you're always going to be instantly vaporized at any moment. But if you keep your cannons out in front of you, you can actually withstand quite a bit of punishment. And the more you play, the more you'll figure out which of those things on screen are bombs that'll blow up a bunch of other things. You'll also figure out how far you can push your ship into enemies before it blows up, and it's pretty far as it turns out. I think this is the way to remake or reimagine classic arcade games, because it may share something in common with GALAGA, and I like the name. I mean, who doesn't like GALAGA? But it doesn't try to just put a fancy coat of paint on the classic old-school GALAGA gameplay, which works fine the way it is. It's something different, and I like that. I also like the game. That helps. It's not terribly difficult to make your way through the game on normal difficulty. Harder is probably a much more exciting challenge for fans of this style of game. But I'm still not really sure what the best way to get a high score is. It seems that completing levels quickly is the way to go, so putting your cannon on a single shot and just diving into enemies head first. Sounds insane, but it works well. At the end of each stage, you get a fancy little readout letting you know how you did.
Recording. Sending battle data to headquarters.
There's also challenge levels and global leaderboards, as well as the option to choose from several visual styles or skins to make your game look different. Some levels are definitely better to be played with the single-shot cannon, while others are designed for the spread shot. And my impression of this game is that it has more depth than meets the eye. Each time I would replay a level, I would increase my high score, and I'm not entirely sure how, except I think I was playing more aggressively and would choose the correct weapon going into each round. It's a very cool game. I think it looks and sounds great. I love the visual style, and if you watch this show, I think you'll enjoy Galaga Legions DX.